Imagine waking up tomorrow in Reno, Nevada, checking Zillow and realizing the house you bought 3 years ago just lost 100 grand overnight. And it's only the beginning. That's not hype. That's what's happening right now in 2025. And if you own property anywhere near the biggest little city, you need to hear every word of this before it's too late. Hit that subscribe button right now and smash the bell so you never miss an update. Because what I'm about to lay out could save you tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. And while you're down there, drop a quick comment that just says Reno so I know you're watching, and I'll keep these Nevada deep dives coming. Let's dive in. The Reno housing market didn't just cool off, it fell straight off a cliff, and it's still in free fall. The latest multiple listing service numbers for June 2025 are absolutely brutal. Almost 50% of every active listing has already been forced to slash the asking price. Not the 20% we're seeing in most of the country. We're talking 1 out of every 2 sellers waving the white flag and cutting price just to get anyone, to bite. Inventory exploded 37% in a single year, jumping from under 1,000 homes for sale to well over 1,600. And those houses are now rotting on the market for an average of 63 days, 13 days longer than last year. Downtown, try 140 days, 4.5 months of pure stagnation. The Great California Exodus to supercharge prices 40, sometimes 50% in certain neighborhoods during the pandemic, it slammed shut. Remote work vanished, tech layoffs hit hard, and those Bay Area buyers who are paying cash over asking are nowhere to be found. Median price has already slipped from $580,000 down to $552,000. But that 4.7% drop the realtors love to quote is pure spin, because the June close sales actually went 5% under final list price after months of sitting. And when half the market is cutting price and still can't move product, we stopped calling this a correction a long time ago. Nevada's unemployment rate just clocked in at 5.3%, noticeably higher than the rest of the nation, and the layoff notices keep piling up. Factories and Sparks are shuttering. Service companies are dumping over 100 workers at a time. And for a metro the size of Reno, these aren't small layoffs. They're devastating. Every pink slip is another homeowner who can no longer afford the mortgage, another forced sale, another desperate seller flooding an already drowning market. A recent UNLV study painted an even darker picture. More than half the people looking for work want professional or tech jobs, but the openings are almost all warehouses, casinos, and hospitality. Highly educated Californians who moved here aren't stocking shelves at Amazon for $15 an hour, so they pack up and leave. And when they leave, another house hits the market. The brain drain is accelerating fast. Rental investors are getting absolutely crushed right now. Citywide average rent has dropped to $1,869, 11% below the national average. And the Airbnb and short-term rental crowd that bought condos banking on Burning Man crowds and Tesla gig workers are bleeding $1,000 to $2,000 a month in negative cash flow. They can't sell without eating massive losses, and they can't keep carrying the note much longer, so they're undercutting each other like crazy just to put a tenant in the property. Even the high-end neighborhoods, Hidden Valley with its $850,000 medians, Somerset, Coughlin Ranch, all seeing 70-plus days on market and closing under asking. The luxury segment that everyone swore was recession-proof is cracking wide open.
Affordability has been obliterated. 6.8% mortgage rates have pushed the principal and interest payment on a median-priced Reno house past $3,500 a month. And once you roll in taxes, insurance, and HOA fees, you're looking at $4,500 or more. Median household income around here is roughly 80 grand. Do that math. A family needs to clear about $180,000 a year just to qualify for the median home. The California Tech Money Association just reported only 31% of local households can actually afford the current median price, meaning 70% of the population is completely locked out. That is not a functioning market. That is a market on life support waiting for someone to pull the plug. The scariest part? What we're seeing listed is only the tip of the iceberg. Tens of thousands of homeowners are locked into 3% mortgages from 2020 and 2021. If they sell today, their payment literally doubles overnight, so they refuse to list. The Nevada Association of Realtors quietly admits there's roughly 40% shadow inventory sitting on the sidelines, another 1,000+ homes that will flood the market the moment life forces someone to move, job loss, divorce, death, whatever. When that shadow inventory finally hits, 1,600 listings become 2,200 almost overnight, and prices don't just drift lower, they crater. Builders have completely frozen. New building permits plunged 33% year over year. National heavyweights like D.R. Horton, Lennar, and Toll Brothers have slammed the brakes on Spanish Springs and Dayton developments, leaving half-finished neighborhoods and underwater lots they bought at the peak. Construction loans are coming due and can't be rolled at today's rates, so some builders are simply walking away and eating the loss, rather than finishing homes nobody will buy.
Foreclosures are already climbing, and Nevada still ranks near the very top nationally. Casino employment is down 8% from the peak. Gaming revenue has been flat or declining for 6 straight months, and the big players, Caesars, MGM, are quietly consolidating and cutting costs. When the casino industry sneezes, the whole state catches pneumonia, and the big layoffs haven't even started yet. Population growth, the one thing that saved us last time, has flatlined at 0.5% a year. Without new bodies moving in, who exactly is supposed to absorb all these houses? The California Rescue Cavalry isn't coming. Their own tech sector is reeling, and outmigration has slowed to a trickle. Tesla's Gigafactory never reached the promised 10,000 jobs, and expansion plans from Apple, Google, and the big switch data centers have all been shelved indefinitely. We got Amazon warehouses instead of 6-figure engineers, and warehouse pay doesn't buy a $550,000 house. Homeowners who bought at the 2021-2022 peak are already underwater. A house purchased for $650 is worth maybe $585 today, and after 6% commission plus closing costs, you need another $52,000 in cash just to walk away even. Most people don't have that kind of liquidity, so they're trapped in a depreciating asset, watching their equity evaporate every single month. Insurance companies are bailing. State Farm stopped writing new policies in high-risk zip codes. Farmers pulled back coverage. Allstate jacked rates 28%, and when you can't get affordable homeowners insurance, you can't get a mortgage. And when you can't get a mortgage, the buyer pool disappears. We watched it destroy values in Florida. It's Nevada's turn now.